Hi, I'm Sonya Clements, and I'm an occupational therapist with North Kansas City Hospital Home Health. I've been a therapist for over 30 years. I'm a certified lymphedema therapist as well, and I'm CAP certified, which is a certified aging in place specialist.
And hello, I'm Kay Findlay. I'm an occupational therapist here at North Kansas City Hospital, and I've been a therapist for 40 years. I hate to admit that. So glad to be here and ready to get this going. If we look at this picture here, let's start with talking about how, unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, this is why Sonya and I are employed, because of homes that we see that look like this. And it should be noted that falls, 1/3 of falls are directly related to environmental hazards in homes. So as you can see in this picture, there's a lot of issues with it. So if your home looks anything like this, you have come to the right place today. And we want to let you know that it is possible to stay in your home even as you age with the right support and some smart safety measures. And today we will give you an overview of how home health services can help you age in place safely, and we will help you discover ways to modify your home and learn a few simple safety tips.
I'm going to give you a quick overview of just home health services, although the focus of the presentation today will actually be modifications and ideas that might be able to allow you to age in place where you are currently. But the key to recovering at home from an illness or injury or surgery is often home health, and that those services are skilled services provided by hospital employees, and we provide through North Kansas City Hospital Home Health skilled nursing care, physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy. And you're entitled through the home health benefit to receive home health services if you are homebound. And that is not something that can be just a decision that you make, but it needs to be really your physical condition, meaning it's got to be difficult and taxing for you to leave the home, and it should require someone to help you, or require the use of an assistive device, and you're not currently able to drive. That's a Medicare guideline that governs our services. Also, any services must be ordered by a physician and authorized by a physician on an ongoing basis. And you have to have an ongoing but intermittent need for the skilled service. That just means if you require a nurse constantly or daily, then home health is probably not the right setting for you. So for those folks who would qualify for home health, those are the services we have available. And at North Kansas City Hospital Home Health, we're really fortunate to have some really outstanding staff who have special interests and special skills and trainings, and have allowed us to offer some very specialized services that many other home healths in the community are not offering at this time. We have a lymphedema management program that is run by myself and an OT assistant. We have wound care through a wound care nurse specialist, and OTs also help with wound care with our lymphedema patients. We have a PT who specializes in Parkinson's disease. That's the LSVT program. We have a physical therapist who has certification with vestibular therapy. So if you have balance, dizziness, inner ear issues, she may be able to help you. We have a patient with certification and special interest in multiple sclerosis and an entire protocol that goes along with the WALS program. We have OT and PT that have additional training in oncology rehab, and then Kay and I are both certified aging in place specialists, which is why we're here to speak to you today.
So hopefully you are a little smarter than I am and you saved for a rainy day. And we often see our patients struggle with independence in the home, and they don't recognize when there's an issue, and so they don't have an umbrella when it starts raining. So we just want to send a message to you that we can help. And one of the most important things for us is we try to enhance and maintain our patients' quality of life. So we've come up with 5 key concepts that we think that will help them get there. Increased activity equals more health, staying connected improves socialization, independence equals more autonomy, being able to make your own choices or your own decisions allows you to have more empowerment, and increased mobility equals more freedom.
So our question for you today is, where will you age in place? And for the purposes of the presentation today, we're assuming that you're either have decided you'll try to age in place in your current living situation, or that you're evaluating whether that's realistic. So what we would encourage you to do is consider all the housing options before you're forced to. So before you have some kind of a critical health issue, make sure you're thinking about these things ahead. That will allow you to have the most control and the best chance to maintain your independence if and when something life-altering happens. Today, we're going to focus on modifications and adaptations that should allow you to age in place safely. When you're thinking about and evaluating your current living situation, it's really important that you maintain objectivity, that you listen to those that are around you that maybe make observations and give you constructive criticism or ideas about things that you need to do, whether it's in the bathroom to change things to make it more safe, or putting in a ramp or something like that. But do utilize the benefit of having a fresh set of eyes, if you will, someone who's coming in who hasn't lived in the home for many, many years potentially, and can give you some objective observations. Try to be open-minded, and again, try to be as proactive as you can to make some of these modifications and changes before they're required by your health situation. That's really critical to getting used to the changes that you've made and to be comfortable with them long term. Just be willing to make changes. Try not to be too stubborn. If you've lived there a long time, it's pretty easy to kind of think, well, things have always worked for me this way, but think of it as an investment in your own safety and your own future. And it's really important that you acknowledge any changes that are occurring with your physical or mental or emotional status or health, and to respond accordingly to those things that are becoming more difficult. That's how you know it's raining in your world, is if things have become more challenging, take a lot longer, or you feel unsteady or unsafe completing your normal daily activities. And always it's important to try to reduce clutter and keep pathways clear in your home. So that can be a good place just to start the process.
So it's important to eliminate barriers where you can in your home. So we're going to show you some slides, some photos, and of some ideas and some modifications. So let's start with hallways and stairs. Can I use this? Let's see. So over here we have, these are called low rise steps. So normal steps in your home are usually about 7 inches in height. These steps are about 3.5 inches, and they give you a longer walking path. So you can use a walker on these steps. And of course with the handrail. So I actually did a home assessment for a patient a couple of months ago. She was unable to get out of her, it was a side door to get to her driveway, and then she had a back door, and she loved to go into her garden, and she put these low rise steps in, and she can use them with her walker, and she's very happy now. In the middle, we have the Stair Glide, which you normally see on the inside of a home, but you can also put those outside. We've had patients that, their bedroom's on the 2nd floor, so they use these Stair Glides to go upstairs to bathroom and bedroom. We have seen them going down to the basement so they can do their laundry. So these can be very useful. Over here, these are just to show you that you can have handrails on both sides of the stairs. And then this picture right here with these handrails shows that, well, did I do that? Sorry about that. Handrails are not just for stairways. So you can have them in hallways, you can have them in bedrooms, you can have them in bathrooms. And we recommend these quite often.
And just to add in that as well, that hallway picture is, they've actually used a long, like it looks like maybe 48-inch grab bars mounted into studs as their handrail, which can be more affordable for some folks, or it may be more preferable. So that's just an idea.
Ramps and thresholds. So you can see the the permanent ramp here that goes right up to the front door. So there's no threshold. Can you get there? Thank you. So there's no threshold to get into the house. So there's no step at all. And then this is more of a portable, you can even fold these ramps up and take them with you. You can have this for if you're visiting a relative and you are unable to get up a step, you can take these ramps with you. This one is more of a modular one. These can be used short-term or long-term and with the rails. And then up here is a threshold ramp that you can use maybe outside of a sliding door, out to your patio, or even into a shower if there's a lift there.
Okay, I'm going to talk a little bit about transfers. So when we speak of transfers, that is just being able to get up off of any surface in your home that you frequently use. So typically chairs, couches, recliners, bed, toilet, shower chair. The key for any successful transfer is always the surface height that you're getting up or down from. So the key for success for that is to always try to raise the height of the surface safely. And in order to get a mechanical advantage as you age, you want your hips when you're sitting to be level with or slightly higher than your knees. That will make it easier to get up or down. So all of the devices here are either allow you to use your arms to make the transfer, or they raise the seat height. So over here we have a transfer pole. These come in several models with or without a handle or a bar. These don't require any permanent installation like nails or screws. It's a pressure rod, has a big plate for the ceiling, about a foot square. So it's really a tension rod that goes between the floor and ceiling, very secure. A lot of people use them in the bathroom, by the toilet and or the tub. Also by the bed or the chair, and that can be a lifesaver for a lot of families. These are just furniture risers. You can get these anywhere from 3 inches to 6 inches. They're great for couches or beds, and they provide a stable lift for the entire piece of furniture to make it easier to get on and off of. This is what we call a home bed rail. It's one model of many that are available on the internet. They're very secure. They give you a good handhold to stand from a sitting position, or to be able to roll over in bed, or to come from a lying position to a sitting and standing position. Very secure, and those are really helpful. And then this is a nice, very aesthetically pleasing riser for a recliner. And this is one of our resources at the end is Keith Stevenson. He actually builds these risers. It gives you an extra 3 inches so you can sit in your favorite chair and get up and down easier if it's become a little too low for you because your legs are a little weaker than they used to be. Also, we'll talk about doorways. So it's really important that you're safely able to negotiate and navigate through doors. So we've got some examples here. The first thing I'll say is if one of the modifications you can make on external and internal doors, or doors you frequently go in and out of, bathroom doors, entry doors, would be just to switch out to a lever handle. They're much easier to open. You don't have to have good strength. Grip strength. You can use your forearm. You can do it from a wheelchair. It's very easy to do. So that's an easy swap out. Also, just critical placement of handholds. So this is kind of like a shed door handle, but placement of those versus a grab bar in a doorway, like coming in the front door or in the garage door. We see these a lot, or we recommend these a lot. So you can pull yourself in from the last step. Are kind of important, and this is a really inexpensive solution versus a grab bar. This is a decorative, more aesthetically pleasing handhold that you could place anywhere, internal or external. Mounted into the studs, gives you a good grip to be able to make a single step. And then this is just an example of a handrail that does not have to be mounted into the floor. This looks to be a garage with a concrete floor, so you don't have to bolt that into the floor. It's just mounted to the door frame. This is also where we might recommend, if you didn't do these, to put in the handhold right here to get a similar effect, and would be, I'm sure, less expensive. Also, lighting is important. These days you can get strip LED lighting that's under $10. You can place it almost anywhere. It usually sticks up and it works really well, often remote control and battery operated. So this is a great way to add lighting for safety on basement stairs or stairs to go to the bedroom. Motion activated lights are good things to think about. This shows where there's a motion activated light under the bed. So when your feet hit the floor to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, the light comes on. This is a unit you can purchase together if you happen to have an antique high bed and you need a step to get in. The only way I would recommend that it would be if you use this type of a step with a handrail, a platform, and a light. And this also is a motion activated light. This is a unit that's available online.
Okay, next we'll talk about appropriate toilet height. I would say that besides grab bars, this is probably, and maybe tub benches for showers, this is probably the thing I recommend the most. So many of the toilets are so low, and like Sonya was talking earlier about having appropriate height, you want to be at hip height or higher to be able to get up and down safely. This is what we recommend. This is the one I recommend the most. It's about 3.5 inches, which 3.5 inches is a lot, so it does really help a lot. But it doesn't change the your toilet. You you still use your own seat, toilet lid, toilet seat. So and it comes with long screws. So these are really easy to install, and it's secured to the toilet in the back. And then of course it's got the arms. This one we see a lot. I don't usually recommend them. They do clamp on with this. It's got like a knob, tension. You clamp it onto the front of the bowl of the toilet. They're not as secure as this one, but they do the trick as well. These are oh darn it. These are toilet safety frames. This one, why do I keep doing that? This one attaches to the back of the toilet, and then it slips underneath the seat to keep it secure. And the one in the upper right, just the legs go all the way down to the floor. You can also get they call them 3-in-1 commodes, and they serve different purposes. You can put them over the toilet during the day. It's adjustable up and down. And then if you have a caregiver, you can have it moved to your bedroom at night and maybe put it next to your bed in case you not able to get to the bathroom in the middle of the night.
And the only thing I would add to this is that if you're purchasing any of these online, you need to make sure you know if you have an elongated bowl or a regular toilet bowl shape. So especially grab bars. So often we recommend that our patients replace their towel bars with grab bars. They tend to use the towel bar often for support, not realizing that they're not really securely fastened to the wall like a grab bar would be. Now, this particular one is a grab bar, and it's also a towel rack, so you can put your towel over it. Though we also recommend you could just use a grab bar as a towel rack and just put your towel right over the grab bar. So that's kind of a nice feature. This here is a grab bar that is also a shower that you can put in the corner of your shower, or a shelf that you can put in the corner of your shower. And this is a toilet roll holder, obviously, and it's also a grab bar. So it's secured into studs, so you can use it to push up and down off your toilet. These are all available in Lowe's and Home Depot. I believe some of them are Moen products, but these are accessible products, are more and more available. You just have to do a little bit of research. There's a nice selection out there.
And for bathtubs, this one on the left, yes. So that is a clamp-on grab bar, and they hold pretty well. I've ordered several of those over the years. Some people still like to get down to the bottom of the tub. We don't see that very often, but that will help to get you up and down, something secure to hold on to. We also use them for getting up and down off tub benches. This is a tub transfer bench. As you can see, there's 2 legs that sit outside, 2 legs that inside. You can sit on the outside of the tub, scoot your little bottom over, and then swing your legs in, and it's so you don't have to step over the tub. This is a product actually that Sonya had discovered recently. We also have the resource listed at the end. This makes a tub into they cut out the middle of the tub, and I believe this door either swings inside or out. They also have them where they're just cut out and they don't have a door there, but it allows for a patient to step in the tub kind of like a shower. I actually recommended this for a patient a couple days ago.
And this picture is actually from the patient where I discovered this new product. So she was thrilled with it. And I believe the cost for her was about $1,100, and she had an iron tub. So I think it depends on the type of material and how much work they have to do. Now we're going to talk about grab bars. So this middle picture is kind of overkill. It's kind of like you don't need that many grab bars, but we wanted to include that because we do see that sometimes. But really just well-placed grab bars where the center of the bar is placed about your elbow height. And if there are two of you in the home that are different height, you want to kind of split the difference and make sure the grab bar is usable for either person in the home. This is a vertical one to help someone step in the shower. Most often that's going to be on the same wall where the water control is, but not always. These are grab bars in the tub. I imagine that this is someone who showers in their tub, does not get down in the tub. And so they have a bar to hold on to while they're showering. And this one would be used when they transfer in and out.
And I want to add, it's just always good to have a grab bar on each side. So on your right and your left.
You never know if you had a stroke or a broken arm or something. You don't know which way.
Balance, yeah.
Right. And then some options, just be thinking about things that might make, if showering is something you're avoiding or showering is something that you put off because it's so difficult, maybe you need to think about some changes. So an extended handle to help with washing, like legs and feet, a shower chair or bench, and these come in all seat sizes. You need something with adjustable height. So these legs actually screw in. Some have the push buttons and they go every ½ inch or so. But you need something adjustable in height to make sure that you can get up and down. This is actually an auxiliary handheld shower holder. So if you get a handheld shower I recommend the longest hose you can get. Then you can bring the water to you. And if you use one of these holders, you can actually suction it on the wall next to you so that the water's hitting you, keeping you warm, not in the face, and you can reach it to do your rinsing and your washing. So that's kind of a nice thing to do. And usually these days are suction. So as long as you have a smooth tile wall or glass, you can place it on, it'll work for you. And then flooring is very important to reduce the risk of falls. I've just got several options here. So if you use throw rugs, make sure they're secure, the edges aren't rolled. Use floor tape if you need to, or non-skid strips or pads. In the shower or wet areas, the good old adhesive strips are important. Use plenty, don't be stingy. This is actually a shower mat. It's a thick kind of a rubber mat. You can also use the suction kind. Just make sure the top surface isn't slick. We find that often the ones that you buy are actually slick on the top. So this you can use inside. You could also use one outside the shower. There are chemicals that you can treat fiberglass and tile surfaces with that will add a micro grip, and they're clear, you don't see them, and those are very effective as well. And then this is more of an asphalt type. They're usually adhesive on the back. They're great for basement stairs. They do have the bright strip so you catch and visually see the edge of the step, because sometimes depth perception becomes an issue and increases the risk of falls. So this high contrast strip is important as well. These are great for exterior stairs, ramps, basement steps, and garage steps.
Okay, so there are some things you can do that are low cost or no cost, just modifications you can do in your home now. Several times recently, I've had patients remove their shower or tub doors. It just increases the room to be able to get in safely. Then they can add like a tension rod and a shower curtain. The other thing is in your kitchen, in your laundry, bathroom, identify what we call prime real estate, and that's areas that you need, that you frequent a lot, where you keep items, storage. And we want you to keep things within between your shoulder and knee height, so you don't have to reach up and you don't have to reach down too low, just to decrease the risk of falling. The other thing is we teach and train on energy conservation and work simplification, where you don't want to make a lot of trips to the kitchen or to the bedroom or to the bathroom. You want to group and store your items together so that you don't have to make a lot of trips. And eliminate unnecessary steps in a task. We also encourage, and that's why we recommend tub benches so often, is we want you to sit to bathe. We want you to sit to dress. And again, it's going to eliminate the risk for falls.
And conserve energy.
Yes, and conserve your
oxygen.
energy, because you know you need your energy for other things.
So there are some types of in-home assistance besides home health, and basically the kind of the major areas that you need to think about. Where are you struggling to keep up in your current living situation, or where do you anticipate things might be difficult for you to manage in the future? Would be hiring private duty care. That would be more for personal care, like help with bathing or dressing or application of a medical device. Chore services, things like lawn mowing, that kind of thing, outdoor kind of chores, snow removal. Homemaking services, that would be more cleaning and also cooking potentially. And then think about nutrition or meal programs. Can you get out to go to a senior meal program or nutrition program? Do you qualify for Meals on Wheels, or some insurance companies provide meals? And then also think about cooking often becomes an issue for folks, and good nutrition. So there are a lot of different ways to get simple meal prep options these days. Things like Mom's Meals or boxed meal prep kits, things like Blue Apron or HelloFresh. Things that come with pictures and instructions and the food already pre-portioned. Some even go as far as having them already cut and prepared, so you just put things together. But think about those, because technology and the last year and a half has really changed the options that are available at home to maintain good and adequate nutrition. We have provided some community resources, and I know you won't be able to probably get these all down, so you may have to view this on YouTube when you can have more time. But always start with your county senior service department. They often have personal alert systems, homemakers assistance, personal care. They can tell you what's in your local community, usually by county, and what you might qualify for. Kay, you can speak to this probably more. What area? Clay and Platte County?
Well, I know in Clay County is the one I'm most familiar with, but several of my patients have gotten life alerts. The Rebuilding Together, excuse me. Rebuilding Together. I've actually done a couple of assessments through, we have a contract with them, North Kansas City does. And I've done some home assessments through Rebuilding Together. They're based out of Liberty, but they cover quite a large area. I think they cover 4 counties, I believe. And
it's a sliding scale program where they will actually come in and build a ramp or widen a doorway or make a change to bathrooms, that kind of thing.
And they have gotten they do get grants. I know Lowe's gave them a grant for one of the clients that I did an assessment for.
So they have a lot of connections in the community to try to meet your needs. Also, if you have someone who was a veteran and served even one day in combat, there are a lot of veterans programs that can provide home and community-based services, housekeeping assistance, respite care, that kind of thing. If you have long-term care insurance, there are some policies out there that have a conversion option where you can, instead of going to a nursing home, you can transfer that benefit to a daily reimbursement to pay for personal care. So check that out if you do have long-term care insurance. Medicaid provides homemaker and personal care services based on your needs and your income. There are a lot of transportation services out there. I have a lot of clients who have started using Uber and Lyft, as well as the more traditional assisted transportation, Five Guys, Share a Fare, those kind of things. And then the bathroom cutaway, that's a Miracle Method of KC. So their information is there. And then the other folks that we use quite a bit, Mid-America Regional Council, Aging Services is a great information and referral. If you don't know where to start, your county senior services and Mid-America Regional Council is a great place. If you're looking for a certified aging in place specialist to come walk through your home and do an assessment, you can find those folks listed. That certification comes through the Home Builders Association. That's where we both got our training. Hope Builders Home Repair of KC is similar to Rebuilding Together. They will do small home modifications. Northland Shepherd Center.
Lots of volunteers.
Right. Northland Shepherd Center will install grab bars for the cost of the bar only. They have volunteers who will put those in.
And they have not been going in due to COVID, but I think actually in July, they were starting back.
Okay. And then home access is Keith Stevenson. Kay and I both have used him for years. He puts in grab bars for a flat fee. He includes the bar. He carries them with him. He'll come out and assess and put them in, and he is fantastic. He also built that recliner lift that we saw earlier.
He put in steps and handrails in my parents' garage.
Oh,
Did a great job.
So we highly recommend Keith and his company. I think that's it. If you have any questions, please reach out, and we appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Guys, that was absolutely great. I do have just a couple of questions, and if anybody else has any questions, please feel free to go ahead and put them in the Q&A in the chat. So how many times will somebody from Home Health come out to my house?
So that is a great question, and that depends on the acuity of your condition. And what that fancy word means is how sick are you, or how much difficulty are you having. Some of it is determined by your insurance coverage, but really it's determined by we have to consider that, but also it's determined just by what your need is. So if you need wound care 3 times a week, then you may have a nurse or OT 3 times a week until that wound gets better. Then we always are looking to be decreasing our number of visits, because you should be getting better. Physical therapy, occupational and speech therapy can be anywhere from 1 to 3 times a week on average, based on what the patient needs and what their condition is.
Okay. My next question is, so will the people who come out to assess your home, is that just through the Home Builders Association, or is that maybe something that my physician could refer Home Health to come out and do as well?
We don't typically see referrals just for a home assessment because of the homebound criteria, but certainly if you meet that and you need home health for anything else, part of the both physical therapy and occupational therapy general assessment that we do with every patient includes a home safety assessment. OT kind of looks at a little bit different than what PT looks at. There are some overlaps, but certainly if you have home health in general, that's part of the therapy assessments. And you can certainly, pick our brain more if you have more of a need for that. But then you also, if you're somebody who's not homebound, doesn't need home health, you could get that service through the Home Builder Association website. You can find a certified therapist and contact them about doing a home assessment.
Perfect. Okay, I just have one more question for you.
Sure.
So you listed a whole bunch of absolutely amazing contacts and information for assistance. Would one of those contacts, let's say maybe the Mark contact, be a place where I could go to find good in-home assistance, a referral?
Yes, I would say that both Mark and the County Senior Services would be a great place to start with looking for in-home assistance. And I didn't list, but I could I'll have to talk to Shanna, update the list. There is an organization, Kansas City Regional Home Care Association. It is strictly a quality group of providers from all across the spectrum of care who just come together because they're interested in keeping a high quality of care in the Kansas City area. And there's a list on their website of people who are members. So agencies who provide private duty care who are members of the Kansas City Regional Home Care Association. So I often point people to go there, because those are folks who are making quality a priority in voluntarily joining this group of providers. And so I feel like that's kind of a reputable place to start looking for private duty care.
Okay. Well, Sonya and Kay, the information that you guys gave is invaluable. I know that it is going to be well used, and I cannot thank you enough for coming and talking today.
Great.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Have a good day, guys.
You too.
Take care.